We are on day 28, ladies and gentlemen, of the Super Unhinged Manifesting series. Remember, you are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. And I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Let's get into what I like. Remember in my last videos when I was saying, there you guys go. Did it right in front of you again. Manifested a position in the economy where they say it's horrible, this, that, and the third. I truthfully believe deep down, and I know for a fact based on how reality operates, if everyone switched their mindset on that, you would literally see the matrix crack in half overnight. Anyways, aside from that, remember how I said in my last videos, if you didn't watch them, go back and watch them, how after sharing the news of this new position I was offered, company car, this, blah, 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 everything, and, paid for benefits and everything, I had this feeling or this wave wash over me. Now, doing this series, I was in the middle. I was kind of struggling between the distinction of, was this fear or was this genuinely just like, no, okay, this doesn't sound like an opportunity that I want to do. I was in the middle. I was fighting myself a lot because in the past I tend to really overthink and get in my mind a lot, but I let it go. I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to sit on it. And again, everything I do is the right move. Every move I make is the right move. Let's stay as the identity that I'm claiming to be, that this whole series was about going all in. So as I said that, things didn't really become too clear in the physical sense. When people start looking for stuff, they start messing up their manifestations because they start looking, they start getting worried, they blah, blah, blah. Now the thing is it doesn't mess it up, but you start to like rile up the frequency a bit. That's how I would say it in my own words. You start to kind of distort the new identity you're making. But if you stay steady, everything works out. So me, I was like, okay, I'm good. No matter what, I'm still gonna accept the offer just so it doesn't expire or anything like that. But I'm gonna see if there's any internal positions within this company that I could work. I seen that they had a remote position and a different, subsection, different departments. And I was like, I know I could get into that. And I think it would work for the area I live in. I think I would love to do that, instead of, even how I heard the shifts were set up. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But just, I knew something would be better if I did remote, because I said at the beginning of this series, I want a new remote position, but if I have to work out in the world in the state I live in right now, no big deal, so whatever. And I also want to work for myself and have my own business on the side and everything I'm building with this brand. So that's where all of my affirmations have been funneled to, and my new identity reshaping. And now I know I haven't really said this in video, that's why I'm saying it now, to really show you guys what I was doing behind the scenes, because I'm not really too aligned with getting on video and being like, I'm God, I'm source, but that's what I've been doing. So long story short, got that opportunity because I'm all that is, and did it up into these days, and you've seen how long it took to materialize. For me, it was instant. It felt normal the entire time. When I got the offer, it felt normal. I was like, cool. Never had a company car before and everything like that, so that was pretty cool. It was all cool things to hear. There was a couple of aspects that I didn't really like, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's see, because I didn't want it to be the fear of starting something new that was holding me back, or the fear of the new identity. I didn't really know, because everything really did kind of align with this company, as I said in those videos. So then what I ended up doing was staying true. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it time. I'm not gonna go try to force anything. I'm just gonna sit and see what manifests. And I said, I'm gonna put it out there that I already have this. I'm moving internally. But I knew from what the guy told me in the interview, if I accept this position, I can't work any other position in the company for at least like a year. So I was like, okay, that's unfortunate, because they want to get me. So he wanted to throw me in there immediately. And it was funny because the energy of everything, even when I left, I knew it was mine. I walked out there very confident. And this is the thing, I interview very well anyways. I don't let the stigma of interviews and how you're supposed to show up and all this get to me. Never have. I'm just me. I'm me. I be me, be authentically me, because I feel like authenticity creates reality to me. So anyways, and I said that, and the timer was 4 for 4, funny enough. But anyway, so let's get down to what happened this morning. So funny, right? So the previous day, the onboarding person I was talking to her about a couple things because she said, "Do you have any questions for me? Hit me." And I said, "Yeah, actually, are there any other internal positions that you can look at that are in the company?" Blah 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 blah. She was like, "Oh yeah, I can. Let me see what we can do, and let me see it looking into pushing your date back or whatever." I was like, "All right." I was like, "You don't have to push it back." I think I misunderstood what she said originally. I thought she was gonna tell them to push my thing back, so I apologize for that real quick because I was like, "Oh my bad, I misread what you said." So because I was doing a bunch of things, but here's what ends up happening, right? She ends up telling me that there is a position available, and I was like, "Oh, cool. I could probably get in there." Today, now I don't know if she pushed my information forward. It's what I'm telling myself happened, but I get a call today, and it was an interesting number, and I was like, "Oh, let me see if they screen themselves," because I have the little protection thing on for spam calls. They gotta identify their name, so love Apple for that. But anyway, so I open because it says someone from the company, and I'm like, I answer, and it's a remote position. It's the remote position, and I don't know if it's the same one she was talking about. It sounds slightly different, but kind of lines up, right? And telling me to tell me a little bit about myself, XYZ, and then was like, "Here, I'm gonna have you do this internet test, send it back to me. We'll set up an interview as soon as you get the stuff back to me." I'm like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this." And boom, then what was it? Sent it all over, got that all done, did the internet test, interview tomorrow at 1 p.m. Just like that. And it's so funny because I was like, I'm going to sit and see what happens. I'm not going to get all, because my mind, because again, my mind, I already know how to deal with myself being an overthinker. It's been what I've gone through this whole like spiritual journey, right? So I know myself, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna let myself start getting there. I'm claiming what reality is, and I'm moving on because I already know how reality operates. I need to stay in my divinity before I start going to the human. Oh, what am I gonna do? Do I gotta take this because everyone around me? I was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I know the job that I want to take because it has to be aligned with me, because I don't want to just take something and end up quitting. I know myself. That's also why I'm going to be big on using my spare time and free time to work for myself. And I've already been doing that. I've already been building everything. I had a voice acting opportunity, which was cool, that reached out to me. And a bunch of other stuff is just materializing. I actually have one more thing that, another opportunity that I didn't do the 40-minute assessment for, but I'm gonna probably bang that out today, where it's like all these opportunities are coming, and these are the things that I've been affirming and saying to myself during the series. All opportunities come to me. People want to work with me. I'm one of the best consistent, loyal, and just I show up and I do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm allowed to be authentically me in any of the opportunities that I receive. And that's the thing, that's already been naturally me, but I didn't really hold on to that. Does that make sense? That's kind of been my human experience. Like, naturally, I've always gotten jobs with the best coworkers, with really great people to work with, very great company reviews, and blah blah blah. So it's funny to see it still manifest, but now it's funny to kind of take control of that, if that makes sense. Because before it happened, but I still found myself in positions where I was moving a lot or not making a consistent income. It would be sporadic, large amounts of wealth, but I wanted it to be consistent. And I realized that's because I kind of took myself out of it a lot because of the external reality. People saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't be able to get this lucky," or "What are you gonna do?" Because the programming that we hear, "Oh, you didn't go to school, this, and that." It's funny because I've actually been told by multiple people in my jobs, or like different jobs that I work, even like this one woman who was really cool. She was the principal of this one school I worked with. She was like, "You should go back to school. I think you should, and find something you're interesting in, because if high school was a breeze for you, you should do it." But it just wasn't me. I'm very book smart, but again, it's just like, if I did go to school, it would have to be 100% me. I'd have to, again, I'm gonna be the person that's becoming homies with all the professors, having a good time, and I'm more philosophical, so I don't. It's got to be aligned with me. It would have to be an aligned degree, which people would probably have the stigma of like, "Oh, what are you gonna get with that degree?" but it's going to be an art or something else, because it's like, I'm not going for any of the STEM ones. I don't think I really even want to do that. I originally did want to kind of be an architect when I was younger, but nonetheless, not the road. I don't want to go through all this schooling to then, you know, have the stigma of, you know, this. And maybe one day I'll go back. It's never too late. I think you can accomplish anything at any age. I know people in their 40s that go back and get a degree. So if I really want to, I can do it. It'll always be there, you know, depending on what the world becomes. But again, I'm keeping my focus on this brighter future for everyone and everybody's children, and just everyone's lifestyle just going up. I don't really care about this narrative of flock, the surveillance, all that. And I know I'm going on down a rabbit hole, but just I'm noticing my energy is definitely taking the brighter part of me and coming harder than all of like the doom and gloom that I seen when I first awakened. Because I went through that whole 6 or 8, I had to avoid that one digit, dark nights of the soul in the beginning, where, you know, you fall apart, you find out the world is all this and it's all connected and da. So it's like I feel like I'm really in my years of mastery and not caring, because that is also part of the distraction. That's like level 1 of an awakening, but that was like 7 years ago. But you know, I'm just noticing that I'm heavy on the side of like, oh, we create reality. I'm really doing this, like, holy moly, and it's fucking beautiful. So yeah, man, this video was just to say we're creating reality. And I think literally in my last video I said there's no going back now. I recognize it. Like, I'm here actually doing it, and now I'm here actually doing it. The things I claim and say are manifesting in a day. They're creating in a day. Like, I said this like 2 days ago, and it's happening now. Like, this is for real evidence in front of you guys. I'm building up the whole catalog, and now I'm noticing I'm even flowing in this video because this is what's needed. I need to release myself. Holy shit, that should be the name of the next video. But that's what you need to do. You need to release yourself from this lock. And it's funny because I got stuck doom scrolling a little bit today when I said this is the day I'm gonna really lock in on stuff, which is another funny thing that I said today will be that day, and then this opportunity comes to me earlier. It's fucking crazy. I'm just in alignment. But again, it's like, holy shit, I'm proving this shit in real time, and I'm doing it for y'all. Like, again, I'm building the credibility, but I'm really doing it so that you can believe in you. Because I already known this stuff existed for years before I even referenced Eric. But I'm saying this just so you know. Yeah, anyways, just so you know, like, you know, I'm really a veteran in this game, but again, I'm human, so I got distracted by the human shit here, of course. But it's fucking awesome. I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. And again, I'm in my end. That's it. I'm in my end now. Before, as people say, before they actually see it. No, I'm in it now, and I realized, and I'm great, because now that I'm seeing the materializations, it doesn't even matter. I was seeing them in here first, so now I just keep going. And it's funny because everything has also been deja vu. Deja vu's been literally, now everything has been deja vu since I've been 18, but like, which, yeah, that's crazy. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 8 years ago. You know, everything's been deja vu since these wild dreams I had years ago when I had my like real awakening. But now it's just like the deja vu is so, it's like an everyday thing where it's just like I'm here and present for it. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, I think I'll leave that with y'all. And next video, tomorrow's gonna be even fucking crazier, because I said I'm rounding out this series crazy, and look, now we're manifesting in a day. I think this is ending the series fucking nuts. It's just gonna keep coming too. So yeah, love y'all. I'm out.